our guest of honor, Dr. Tahmina Mazumder ma'am, to deliver her valuable speech. Ma'am, please come.
Happy Independence Day to everyone. A very good morning. I'll first of all like to thank Al-Aqsa National Academy for inviting me to this event. Also a warm welcome to the chief guest, Mufti Mahmudul Alam Barbiya, Principal Jamia Sayyidina Abni Abbas, Mumbai. Also, I would have been feeling very glad if our another chief guest of honor, Al-Haj Hussein Ahmed Lashkar sir, would have also been present here. So I'd like to start my speech here as I have been asked to deliver. What I had thought earlier that I will give my speech in Bengali. Okay, since some of I had taken some suggestions, some said no, Bengali will be better so that everyone can understand. But after I came here and I attended the program downside, I saw the students were so good in English that I changed my mind and I thought that I'll give my speech in English only, I'll not give in Bengali. So there was Tanzina. Her English is very good, and also her companion here, also another girl who was reciting a poem, and some other small girls. They reminded me of my childhood days when I was also in my school and I wanted to perform. Sometimes I performed, sometimes I did not perform. But I see them having so much confidence in themselves in facing a crowd here. I don't think many students will have it. So I'll give the credit to the teachers here, also to the parents, that they have done a very good job. So a big clap to all the teachers, also to the principal. A big clap. The students, since it is Independence Day, I'll talk a little bit about history. We all know how the British came to India. They had come to India for trading purposes. Jahangir, Mughal Emperor Jahangir was the emperor then who granted shipping rights, trading rights to the British. The British initially did not have any plans of starting a business here, but slowly they saw that the Indians were divided. In terms of many things, they were divided. The kingdoms, they were all fighting with each other. So they took advantage of the situation here in India, and then slowly they expanded their empire. I hope everyone can understand what I am saying. Or should I say in Bengali? English is okay? Okay, so what was the main cause? The main cause of the British coming to India was our division. We were not united. Alright, so that is one thing that we can take. Why the British had come to India. Slowly they expanded, and then afterwards the people, they got united. Fighting stopped because all the land was taken away by the British slowly and slowly. All the Mughal emperor and all their rights, all their advantages, whatever they had, that was taken away by various policies. Subsidiary alliance, various taxation policies. So the emperors, Mughal emperors were gone, they did not have any more rights. All the various Hindu kingdoms that were there, they also disappeared slowly and slowly. So finally they all gathered together. They understood that the British were one. Why they were one? Because they were united. So India also united against the British. And we know the Battle of Plassey, right? And then Battle of Plassey was also because there was division. In West Bengal there was division. So British won, Indians lose. Afterwards, the revolt of 1857, that is well known in history. The Indians all gathered together under the leadership of the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah Jafar. And then afterwards, the revolt of 1857 was the starting point of the freedom movement in India. Then afterwards came it was unorganized, not very organized. Revolt of 1857 resulted in failure because the British were much more advanced in times. They had more arms, they had more soldiers, they were much more trained. But we were not trained, right? We knew only how to fight on horses, take the arrows and all, but we did not have arms and ammunition like the British they had, or we did not have the training also. So what happened? Slowly there were some intellectuals who had education. Those people who had education, they combined themselves, they formed a party, the Indian National Congress, in 1885. After the coming of the Indian National Congress, which was only limited to some few people, slowly various other people started to join in, and then came Mahatma Gandhi, who was away in South Africa. He left South Africa, he came to India, and then he gave a leadership to the people, how they should proceed against the British. Because for everything we need a leader, right? In school we need a leader who may be the principal. He has to guide the teachers how they should be teaching, right? If there is proper attendance or not, if there is punctuality or not, if there is discipline or not. If there is any indiscipline, he has to take action against that. So in the same way, Mahatma Gandhi, along with some other prominent leaders, he gave the leadership, he acted as a guide for all those who came under him. So his policy was that of non-violence. Also there were people like Bhagat Singh who went in the extremist ways. They did not follow the non-violent way because they thought non-violence was very slow. It was like talking softly with the British. So they did not want to talk softly. They did not want to talk in a very nice way that come, okay, we will talk over it, you go, leave India. He did not want to talk in that way. He wanted to talk with arms and ammunition, that quit India as soon as possible. So he wanted to go very fast. Okay, there were some flaws also in the freedom movement according to some critics, but whatever, we have attained independence on 15 August 1947. Precisely it is 14 August, midnight of 14 August, so it is 15th August to say correctly, so we are celebrating it today. But independence came at the cost of the lives of so many people. It cost the lives of so many people. So many people laid their lives. They died because they wanted a free India. They wanted their own government. They did not want to war or do whatever the British government is saying. They did not want to push policies or pay taxes to the British government, because British government was what? It was not doing things for the welfare of the country. They were doing it ultimately for their own country. They were earning profits from India. They were taking it to their own country. So they were looting the wealth of India. So ultimately when Indians, as they realized that we are not having any profit, we are giving all our profits to the British, they turned against the Britishers. So coming back, after independence, it was a big, India was so much in turmoil. There was poverty, there was unemployment, there was corruption, there were diseases that needed to be seen and how it should be done. So the freedom struggle, people who were involved in the freedom struggle, or say those who were educated, more educated, they built the constitution according to which the India should be run and according to which the government should run. In this matter, I would like to also highlight some of the prominent leaders of Barak Valley. Barak Valley had Kamini Kumar Chondo, Orin Kumar Chondo as the prominent freedom fighters. Also we had Moinul Haq Chaudhary, we had Abdul Matlib Mazumder from Hailakandi, who were very prominent in the freedom struggle. Abdul Matlib Mazumder went on to become the cabinet minister also. So also we have Maulanas who were in the freedom struggle. Maulana Mahmud Ali, Maulana Mohsin Ali Borbuya of Janjarbali. So all these people were there in the freedom struggle. Now as we have attained independence, we need to remember why we had lost our independence. It was because of an unjust rule, also because we were not united. So we need to stay united. We need to stay against all evil that can be in the form of corruption, that can be formed in the form of unemployment. As this is a school, I'd also like to highlight education, since education was one of the prime ways in which Indians fought against the British. Magazines, press, journals and books, they were distributed, they were written by various leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Subhash Chandra Bose. All these leaders, they wrote various books, magazines, which the Britishers did not want. But these books, they aroused so much patriotism in the people that this inflamed the masses with patriotism. Therefore, they came out and they fought against the British policies, and slowly Britishers thought it's not possible for them to run India. So since it's an educational institution, just like our principal sir Nurullah Mansoor has already said in his first introductory speech here, that we need to have moral education, which I think sir has already said in a very nice way, because nowadays only academic qualification or excellence is not enough. We need to have moral education, because maybe you are very highly qualified, but after that you get a job. But if you do not have moral education, you do not know kindness, you do not know honesty, you do not know how to talk to people, then you cannot sustain your job, be it a government job or a private job. So all those things, I think they have also been taught by our Nabiji in the Quran. He has also set various examples in the Quran, like how we should be kind to each other, kind to our neighbors, kind to the animals. So all that should be taught, and this should be taught in the school, also by the mother and father at home, because a school is the best institution that you are coming to from outside, and a home is the best institution, since we are always in touch with our parents day and night. It's a lifelong communication. So how parents communicate with their with their children is also very important. So building discipline is very important. Coming to school on time, doing their homework, and maintaining discipline. Also, since moral education, this is academic excellence that we are talking about now. And if I talk about moral education, then that will be in the form of how you are communicating with the next person. If a boy, if there are two friends and one has fallen down during a sports, how the other person comes to help him, applying bandage or nothing. This is also a life skill. While you are showing kindness to one another, it is also a life skill. Some people you will find, they do not know how to respond. If someone has fallen sick in their home, they do not know that when you should bring a glass of water, when that person will need an extra blanket or maybe an extra clothes. They do not know those things. So these things should be taught at home, also by the teachers whenever there is an opportunity in the school. Since parents are here, I'll also like to talk to them. I'll talk in Bengali for easier interception of my message. অভিভাবকরা যারা এখানে আছেন, মা বা বাবা হোক আমি বলবো যে মেয়ে আর ছেলের মধ্যে ভেদাভেদ করবেন না। মেয়ে আর ছেলে প্রায়ই সমান, আর আজকের যুগ এমন হয়ে গেছে ওরা সমানই। আর মরাল এডুকেশন যেটা বলেছেন স্যার নুরুল্লাহ মনসুর স্যার যেটা বলেছেন, আমি ওইটাই আবার বলবো যে আপনাদের বাচ্চাদেরকে শেখান। আজকাল ওই জিনিসের অনেক অভাব আছে, যেটা দেখা যায় বাচ্চারা বলতে জানে না কীরকম বড়দের সাথে কথা বলতে লাগে, বা কীরকম কোন জায়গায় গিয়ে কীরকম বসতে লাগে, উঠতে লাগে, খাওয়া দাওয়া কীরকম করতে লাগে, ওইগুলো ওরা জানে না। ইভেন আমি দেখি অনেক মা বাবা প্রশ্রয় দেয়, ঠিক আছে করুক, শয়তানি তো করবেই, ঠিক আছে শয়তানি একটা লেভেল পর্যন্ত ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু আপনি একটা উচ্চারণ একটা করা অনেক জরুরি হয়ে যায়। নাহলে পরবর্তী সময়তে কি দেখবেন, বাচ্চা চাকরি পেয়ে গেছে কিন্তু চাকরিটা সামনে রাখতে পারেনি। হ্যাঁ, অফিসাররাও ভালো পায় না, অফিসাররা বলবে না এইটা মানুষটা আমার ব্রাঞ্চে লাগে না, অন্য ব্রাঞ্চে পাঠিয়ে দাও, আমার ব্রাঞ্চে লাগবে না। ওই ব্রাঞ্চে যাবে, ওই ব্রাঞ্চের মানুষ ওকে ভালো পায় না, অন্য ব্রাঞ্চে পাঠিয়ে দাও। ঠিক আছে, তো নিষ্ঠাবান হওয়া, মানুষের সাথে কীরকম আদর করে বা ভালোভাবে কথাবার্তা করা, মানুষের কীরকম সম্মান করা, উঁচ নিচ না করে, মানে ভেদাভেদ না করে যে এইটা মানুষ এরকম, এটা মানুষ তো হাই ক্লাস বা লো ক্লাস, এরকম ভেদাভেদ না করে কীরকম একটা সামঞ্জস্যভাবে মিল মিল রাখতে পারে, ওইগুলো জিনিস যাতে বাচ্চাদেরকে শেখান আপনারা। কিন্তু নম্র, আপনাদের কথাবার্তায় একটা নম্রতা থাকতে লাগে শেখাতে, তো ওই জিনিসটাই আমি বলবো। আর এই বলে আমি আমার বক্তব্যটা শেষ করছি।